Hey, how are you? Thank you for tuning into this video where we're going to be talking about setting some SMART goals, okay? If you're one that's like, I set a goal, I have this big vision for myself and my business, whether for the month, whether for the quarter, or whether for the year, but a day goes by, a month goes by, a quarter goes by, a year goes by, and you realize you didn't hit the goals. Let's go back and focus on what are the goals, and if you're setting realistic goals that you're able to put a plan in place to hit, okay? And so if this is your first time stopping by my page, my name is Jennifer Nivens, social media marketing strategist, where I help busy, unfulfilled women, especially moms, increase their confidence, their online confidence, community, and their coins so that they can say goodbye to the 9 to 5. And today I want to share because as I was working full-time in my career, when I set a goal for myself in business, because I had a huge goal to be able to come home full time with my babies, I put a date in place. I set a goal that I knew that I had to have a deadline by, how much I needed to be earning in my business. What did that look like as it relates to what level or rank that was in my business so that I'd be able to hit it? Then I could put a plan in place. And so a lot of the times we find that our goals, first of all, it doesn't align with our purpose, okay? And so you guys will hear me talk a lot about, what is it that aligns with your calling, your gift, what you are passionate about, what you love doing, and you want to set a goal that aligns with that, okay? Like I said, my purpose was being able to come home, to be present and available and have the freedom to do more of the things that I love with my family. And so at that time, it was I wanted to be home with my babies. And so what is it that you know that you're going to go no matter what to hit that goal? And it's got to align with your purpose, something that you are passionate about. Because if it's just money, okay, if it's just money, we can kind of give up on that because then you'll just say, well, I'll just work more hours at my job. If it's not something that really relates to your core, that you are passionate about, whether you are paid to do it or not, that you know that you are impacting people's lives, then maybe it's not going to be something that you are going to be committed to. So first of all, does it really align with what you want your life to look like? Does it really align with what your gifts and calling are, with how you were able to impact and serve people? So first, it doesn't align with your purpose. And as I set a date. So what is a date? Give yourself a deadline of when you plan to hit that goal. Okay, so right now it's mid-September 2021. When you look at how much time you have between now and the end of the year, what is the goal that you can set that you want to hit before 2021 is out, and put a date to it. And then when you have the date, then you put a plan of action. Okay. And so a lot of times we don't set a date. We just say, I want this to happen. Like, I want to do this for business. And then whenever we say we want to do it, what is the plan of action that we're going to take the small, consistent action, which is the compound effect? What does that look like to help you hit that goal? You need to have a plan of action in place. Okay. So you set a date, you have the plan of action, and the next goal is focus on one goal. A lot of times we have so many goals. We have so much that we want to accomplish, and you can accomplish them, but then you get distracted because you're like, okay, well, which goal is most important? Well, I'll do a little bit of this one and then a little bit of that one. And then what do they say? Like, you can't chase two rabbits. Okay. So what is the one main important goal that you want to achieve that you can then break down small actionable steps to be able to hit it? Full forward focus. And so with this one goal, so that you'll be able to hit it, everything else that you're doing that does not align with that goal, then you can take some time away from those things. Take maybe some money away from those things, right? So invest your time, invest your money, invest your resources around that single goal. Because again, when you're trying to chase too many things, then again, you end up depleted and you don't have all that energy and the time to be able to go all in with that goal. Okay. The next goal we have is, again, not taking consistent action. All right. We are motivated in the beginning. We're motivated in the beginning, and then we kind of take a day off, or that day turns into a week. And then it turns into a month. Oh, next month I'll do better. Okay. Or when the summer gets through, I'm going to do better in the fall. Okay. Take consistent action. So when you have your small actionable steps, What can you do daily? What can you do daily that you're going to hold yourself accountable to? And I think a lot of times it's because we start off so big. What small thing can you do daily? Maybe if it's like you have a goal to lose 25 pounds, and right away you say, I'm going to work out an hour a day every single day. That may be a lot if you are not one that's used to working out and being active. I know it's a lot for me, but what small steps can I do today? Okay, that I can be consistent in and be able to have small wins, small victories that I can celebrate myself, which will encourage me to take another step, to add another action. So maybe it's having 1 cup of coffee instead of 2. Maybe it's saying not having that evening sweet, the evening dessert, so to cut off some calories in the evening. And maybe it's not all out going on a huge crazy diet or a huge crazy fast that you don't have a victory in. What are small victories that you can get every single day that you can be consistent in and hold yourself accountable to? Another thing is failing to plan. Okay? Again, when you fail to plan, then you plan to fail. We've all heard that right before, okay? So what is it that you need to put in place? And so this brings us into the SMART goals. I want to break down just a quick acronym on SMART and what does that look like when it comes to setting a SMART goal. Okay, because a lot of times, again, we don't set a good date. It does not align with our purpose. We're not consistent with the action steps. And then we don't have a clear goal because we're chasing too many things at one time and we don't have one main focus. And then we even fail to plan. So what is the SMART framework that we're going to talk about today? Let's go into it. So we're going to go into the SMART framework when it comes to setting SMART goals. And I'm going to break down which each of the letter when it comes to, all right, I need to set a goal to close out this last 3 months of the year or to close out this month. Okay, so the S is specific. Are you setting specific goals? Okay, because we'll set a goal, but it could be too vague. What is the measurable goal? Okay, put a number to it. Put a date to it, a deadline to it. Maybe it's to be able to increase my group by 100 people by this date. Maybe it's to enroll, 5 new clients into my program by this date. Maybe what is a specific goal? Because maybe it's just, I just want to make more money. That's super, super vague. How much more money do you want to make by when? Okay. Maybe it's an action goal. I just want to work out more. How much more do you want to work out? Because when you set a specific goal, you're able to track it. You're able to measure how well you're doing, okay? Which goes into M, which is measurable. When you set a specific goal, it's something that you're able to measure, okay? You're able to track and say, okay, for the first week, I said I was going to do, 5 reach outs, connect with 5 new people. And how many did you do? 1, 2, it's got to be more than just, I want to connect with more people. How many more people? I want to be able to move my portfolio up to, 5,000, 10,000. What does that look like? And it's got to be something that's measurable and it's got to be attainable. All right. And of course, we know nothing is too big. All things are possible. Yes. But again, you've got to be honest with yourself and the work that you're going to put in, honest with the time that you have, honest with the model and the systems of your business. Is it attainable? When thinking about attainable, is it realistic? Are you already doing the things that's going to help you or put you in a position to hit that goal? For example, people may ask or they may say, I want to grow my following to 1,000, or I want to be able to grow my community by 100, or I want to be able to, have a launch that, gets a sellout launch. But on your social media, you don't really have a brand. You don't really have a presence. You aren't really communicating or posting consistently. You've never posted at all. And this is a completely new page. And so, yes, it's possible, but maybe the goal should be to grow your social media or to grow that page by a certain number, by a certain date. Instead of being so focused on the actual launch date, maybe your focus should be on a growth date, but maybe should be on how much do I need to grow, or should I, or do I want to grow my following by this date? Or how many conversations or new connections do I want to make a day? And so that way, as you're building your following, as you are creating more and building your engagement and creating conversations, that can then turn into, converting them into potential clients. But if you are already wanting to have a launch on a page that does not exist, that isn't there, are you willing to do the necessary things that is going to set you up to have a successful launch, to set you, whether it's launching a new product, a new program? What are the things that you are going to be willing to do to be able to hit that goal, to have success in hitting that goal? And so a lot of times is it attainable? That first, you want to make sure it's not anything that's too small that is no problem for you to hit. But also it challenges you, okay? It's something that still challenges you, although it's still realistic. The next one is relevant. Is it really aligned with your purpose, with what the things that you are passionate about? Okay. And so, for instance, in the beginning, I talked about, for me, it was being able to come home full time to be with my babies, to be able to have more freedom of my time, but also to be able to have the income to still be able to have that freedom to be home, to be able to do more of what I loved with my family and the people that I love, to do more for the people that I loved. And so that aligns with my purpose. And I'm super passionate about helping moms and helping women do the same thing. And so what are some things that you are gifted in, that burdens your heart, that you are passionate about, that come hell or high water, you are going to commit to making sure that happens? What are those special talents, those unique gifts that God has put inside of you that that you can operate freely in, that you can flow freely in, and that no matter what life may bring, like you are happy, that is your happy place, like that is your zone of genius. So the goals that you're setting, a lot of times it doesn't align with what your purpose is, what your unique gifts are in, so that it flows naturally. And so it becomes difficult because you may be trying to do it a certain way, do it how other people, or do what other people are doing. And then it makes the goal you're not as passionate about hitting that goal because you're not passionate about what it is that you're doing. So again, does it align? Okay. Is it relevant to your life's purpose? Is it relevant to your life's goals when it comes to setting that goal? Okay. That was a pretty easy one, but a lot of times we kind of misjudge that. We look at all of the other things that we want to focus on. I want to hit this goal, this goal, this goal. But does it align with the bigger vision, with the bigger calling, with the bigger purpose on your life? The next one is time. Okay, put a deadline, put a date to it. Because if you have a goal and then you're like, okay, this is my goal, and you can continue to push it back, or you don't really have anything that causes you to work with a sense of urgency, it needs to be time bound. What is the date that you plan to hit this goal and to be able to get this thing done? For me, whenever I was working, my goal was to be able to come home full time, to be able to leave my job. So that way I needed to earn a certain amount of money and I needed to hit a certain rank. So I put a date. I need to do it by this month. This is the goal that I am pushing towards. So all along, when the smaller goals I didn't hit, I still had that larger goal. So that way, as I got closer to that month, closer to that deadline, I just had to increase it. Okay, I had to increase it because I knew that deadline, that date was set. So what is a date that you are going to put that goal? Again, what is the month? It could be a month. What month do you plan to hit that goal? Don't just say by 2022. What month in 2022? What quarter of 2022 do you plan to hit that? That way you can track it. You can track and you can see, are you doing the necessary actions to help you stay on track to hit that goal? Okay, so we went over just a quick framework. The first one was S. Is it specific? Nothing too vague when it comes to your goal. S, is it specific? The next M, is it measurable? Can you track it? Put a number to it. By what percent do you want growth? By what number are you trying to increase your sales? By what number do you want to have more clients? What is the measurable number that can be easily tracked? Okay. A, is it attainable? Okay, is it realistic to the work ethic, to what it is that you already have set up? All things are possible. But again, is it something that you will challenge you for one, but something that you will still also work towards? Is it attainable? Is it a realistic goal? Nothing, I want to make $1 million this year. Yeah, it's possible. Okay. But again, be realistic. Okay. R, is it relevant? Is it relevant? Does it align with your goals in life, with your purpose in life, with the vision that you have for your family, for yourself? Again, with your unique gifts, does it flow freely? Is it aligned with your calling? Okay, so is it relative? Does it relate to who you are? And then T is time bound. Put a time to it, put a date. When is this goal? When do you want to accomplish this goal? Okay. And again, you can have multiple goals going on that leads up to that bigger goal. Again, because that helps you to create the action steps to be able to hit those specific goals. And what is the plan in place to be able to hit it? But when it comes to setting your goals, that's just a quick framework as it relates to making sure that you're setting SMART goals. And how can you break down the SMART goal whenever you have that goal? Go through the S, M, the A, the R, and the T. And then another one that I want to add in is accountability. Who's going to hold you accountable to make sure that you are hitting the goals, that you are staying consistent, that it's attainable, that it's realistic, and that, again, you are doing your part to make sure that happens, okay? If you found value in this, first of all, I wanted you to drop in the comments which one of these S.M.A.R.T. do you feel that you need to be better consistent with? Do you say, okay, maybe my goals aren't really attainable. Like I see these lavish goals that other people may be hitting, 6 figures in a month. But Jennifer, maybe I need to put it here. And then once I hit that, then I set a bigger goal. Okay. Or maybe it's you've never really set something that's measurable and you now need to track it, put numbers by things. Okay. Maybe you never set a date. I want to hear in the comments, what's one of them that you're saying, I know I need to get better at. I'm going to call myself out and saying that I haven't really been great at, but now that I know, once we know better, we do better. But now that I know what I should be doing or how I should be setting my goals, I want to do that. And then I want you to set a goal. Okay. Set a goal. Maybe it's a new goal. Maybe it's a goal that you kind of just need to revisit and tweak it so that it follows the SMART framework so that it's something that you will actually accomplish. Okay. We want success in hitting our goals. And so set something that you know that you can accomplish, that you're going to commit to and be held accountable to. If you enjoyed this video, again, I hope that you share it with someone. Share it with your business bestie, an accountability partner. Like this video and also be sure to subscribe as well so that you'll be notified of when more videos are coming out. But again, let's set smarter goals going forward so that we can have success and be able to set larger goals to really accomplish those things that we have the vision for, for our families. Again, it starts with us. So what goals are you setting? And again, make sure that they are SMART. Again, my name is Jennifer Nivens, Social Media Marketing Strategies, where I am passionate about helping you build your confidence, build your online community, and build those coins so that you can say goodbye to that 9 to 5 and do more of what you love with the people that you love. Until next time.